Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, September 15th, and it's currently 90 degrees. We're coming to you from our Edinburgh studio. I'm Mariana Gallatro.
And I am Celeste Cruz.
And this is Vaquero News.
Campus news,
Events, games,
and activities.
All in one place.
This is Vaquero Radio,
The Valley Student Station.
Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Vaquero Radio.
where your
where your story begins.
The Hidalgo County Health and Human Services Department opens the Valley's first on-med clinic box in its McAllen Clinic. Here is News Director Celeste Cruz with the story.
We were approached by OnMed to see if we would like to pilot this project, and of course we said yes.
On September 3rd, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services had its inauguration for the OnMed Clinic in a Box virtual care station at its McAllen Clinic. Molina Healthcare and United Healthcare collaborated with OnMed on the initiative. The OnMed Care Station provides the community with quick and easy primary, urgent, and additional care services through a tech-enabled hybrid care delivery system. Director of the Hidalgo County Health and Human Services, Daireen Sarmiento Rangel, explained the functions of the clinic box.
They'll check their blood pressure, they check their temperature. Let's say that somebody has a rash on their arm, they can put the camera to check it. It has a stethoscope so they actually hear your heartbeat. It's got the oximeter, which checks your oxygen level, and you're talking face to face with an actual practitioner.
She said once patients walk into the clinic in a box, they have an English or Spanish option. Rangel said that consultations are for basic primary care, such as a cold, respiratory infection, COVID treatment, stomach pain, skin conditions, minor injuries, and more. Based on the examination, the practitioner could prescribe medication. However, if it's more in-depth, the practitioner may refer patients to a specialist. Rangel emphasized the purpose behind the care station is to help people who don't have access to healthcare.
Maybe the parents have insurance because they're working, but they can't afford it for their children, so then they can take their children.
People who have private insurance, Medicaid, or Medicare can also have access to the clinic box. Rangel added if the OnMed care station is used a lot by the community, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services would like to place more. The consultations at the care station are free. In order to access the care station, patients have to bring an ID and health plan card if applicable. To ask for help or information on the care station, call Hidalgo County Health and Human Services at 383-622-1. The OnMed Care Station is available 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday at the Hidalgo County Health Department, McAllen Clinic. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio. House Bill 7 is on Abbott's desk and expected to be signed into law. KVEQ-TV multimedia journalist Alec Rodriguez with the details.
House Bill 7 aims to crack down on the distribution of abortion pills into Texas by allowing private citizens to sue anyone outside of Texas who supplies abortion pills. Political science professor Mark Caswan says while illegal in the state, people are having these pills shipped into Texas from states where abortion is legal.
And that's one of the problems with this law that was just passed, is that it's an attempt to enable people within the state of Texas to file a lawsuit in Texas against someone who is not in Texas, which violates the principles of federalism. Because if someone in the state of Texas has a problem with what somebody else is doing in another state, they have to file a lawsuit in that state. They can't file that lawsuit in the state of Texas because the state of Texas has no jurisdiction over what happens in other states.
Caswan says he believes that the promoters of House Bill 7 are frustrated because of the small decline in abortions in Texas since the overturning of Roe v. Wade. He says the distribution of abortion pills from other states contributed to the small decline. This is a loophole the bill is now aiming to remove.
September is Suicide Awareness Month. It is time to pay attention, make more conversation, and remind people that speaking up in September can save lives throughout the whole year. Reporter Emilio Suarez has the details.
Counseling Center Director Christopher Albert said suicide doesn't have one specific cause. For some, it might be that they are just overwhelmed, while for others, it could be believing they are a burden. Albert said an outgoing friend who all of a sudden changes to being introverted or makes comments hinting their intentions should never be kept a secret and always worth checking in.
You want to get concerned when someone without explanation kind of changes, and so they withdraw, they stop talking to people, shut the door. Used to be someone who was very sociable, now they're not. More obvious signs is that the person says things like, maybe it's just better I'm not around, and or directly says that they're having thoughts of wanting to kill themselves.
Albert said a big way of preventing suicide is talking about the sensitive subject in a respectful and compassionate way because it reduces the stigma.
Stigma is kind of those prejudicial thoughts or beliefs we may have that leads us to not talk about it, keep it hidden, and that's what really drives up the risk.
The counseling director added students can get involved in groups such as the Active Minds chapter at UTRGV, a student organization specifically set up to help promote awareness of mental health issues. The Counseling Center partners with the student organization to host awareness programs. Albert said the Counseling Center and Active Minds chapter are setting up a training program for people to learn how to recognize signs of suicide, so they can feel more confident in identifying signs when listening. Albert told Vaquero Radio UTRGV will host a special event September 22nd. The Military Veterans Success Center will give a presentation on suicide awareness for veterans from noon to 2 p.m. at the Edinburgh Flag.
You're never alone. It may feel like that, but don't be afraid to reach out to others. And if you try once, doesn't work out, try again. There's going to be someone there who can help you.
The Vaqueros crisis line is 665-555-F5 and is available 24/7 to contact the Counseling Center.
Within a few years, crossing through the border may look and feel a little bit different, with 2 big construction projects on the way. KVAQ-TV multimedia journalist Jasmine Espinosa walks us through the story.
Within a few years, walking across the border may become easier. Cameron County was granted a $10 million presidential permit to build a 2-lane pedestrian walkway that'll connect downtown Brownsville and Matamoros.
We want it to be basically for the common or the regular people who cross on a regular basis. That way they don't have to take as long a time. If you have an asylum or related type issues, they'll continue to use the existing pedestrian access.
The proposal for constructing and operating a new pedestrian crossing at the U.S. and Mexico border was initially approved by the Secretary of State on June 24th. But before construction can begin, Cameron County must give a donation acceptance proposal detailing the plans that follow federal laws and regulations. That's according to an August 20th presidential memorandum. Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino says the new walkway will be paid for by the Cameron County and the Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority. The new pedestrian bridge project's entrance will be located right behind me in this alleyway, alongside the new renovation project that will be happening around the same time. Trevino hopes the renovations on the Gateway International Bridge begin by the end of this year.
The funds for the pedestrian bridge are going to be paid for by Cameron County and the RMA. The renovation is being paid for by the federal government. So that's about a $240 million project that's being paid by the federal government.
Manufacturing engineering freshman Aurea Escalera says a renovated international bridge may encourage more students from Mexico to want to study in the U.S.
I've talked to a lot of people that want to study in the U.S., but they're always like, oh, but the life, and oh, like you have to wake up super early. So hopefully this will make people want to study in the U.S. more. You know, that opens up a lot of opportunity.
According to Trevino, if Cameron County does not begin construction on the walkway project within 5 years, the president has the right to terminate or revoke the permit. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Jasmine Espinosa.
McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
Straight back, there's a crossing route, McCaffrey, touchdown, that's big time.
Good morning, Vaqueros. Here's the sports schedule for this week. The women's and men's golf teams are on the road today, Monday and tomorrow, taking on the Western North Carolina University and Oral Roberts University. On Wednesday, the men's soccer team will be going up against Houston Christian University at the UTRGV Soccer and Track and Field Complex at 6:30 p.m. And on Thursday, the women's soccer team faces Northwestern State at the UTRGV Soccer and Track and Field Complex at 6:30 p.m. Friday, the volleyball team will be going up against against James Madison at 5 p.m. in Harrisonburg, Virginia. On Saturday, the football team will be going up against Texas Wesleyan University at 7 p.m. in the Robert and Janet Vaquero Stadium. That is the sports schedule for this week. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV games for free admission and support our student athletes by showing up. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar. What's up, Vaqueros? Let's check out all the fun events going on this week. Monday, on the Edinburgh campus, the Center of Student Involvement will host a Get Involved Fair from noon to 2 p.m. at the ballroom. Following that, on Tuesday, the Center of Student Involvement will also host a Rooted in Wellness from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bronx Room. Later on that day, the Fraternity and Sorority Kickback will be held on the Edinburgh campus from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And on Wednesday, on the Edinburgh campus, the rec will do an Intro to Climbing at 6 p.m. Brownsville, we didn't forget about you. On Thursday, you guys will have your own Rooted in Wellness at the Salon Casilla lobby from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. That is the event calendar for this week, Vaqueros. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV events. This is Ariana Gallatro for Vaquero Radio.
And now, for this week's campus weather report.
Hola, Vaqueros. This is DJ Doc V with your weather forecast for week 3 of the fall 2025 semester. Today's sunrise was at 7:18 a.m. and sunset this evening will be at 7:36 p.m. Expect sunny skies with a few passing clouds and a high of 95 degrees. The overnight low should drop to 73. Tuesday and Wednesday bring a chance of showers with highs of 94 and lows of 75. Thursday and Friday expect mostly sunny skies with highs of 95 degrees. If you're tailgating for the Vaquero football game on Saturday, expect a high temperature of 97 and sunny skies. The UV or ultraviolet index is high this week, so be sure to take precautions. Wear sunscreen if you spend a significant amount of time outside, and be sure to stay hydrated. That's your weather report for the week. Be sure to tune into Office Hours with me, DJ Doc V, Fridays at 10 a.m. only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley's student station.
That is the newscast for this week.
Remember to read our news articles every week on our website, utrgvradio.com.
Tune into Vaquero Radio through our website or download the Radio Garden app to listen wherever you are and enjoy the best DJ shows around campus. Remember to check out our YouTube channel for the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
Our weekly newscast will also broadcast at 11 a.m. Wednesday.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley student station.
Thanks for tuning in, Vaqueros. Don't forget to saddle up every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. And remember, V's up!